Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer.
Crime Stack. Bruce Rivers interview, part 1.
In probable cause, as far as the cop is concerned, whatever he says it is. If you're driving a red Corvette, are you going to be dealt with the same way as if you're driving a Volkswagen Jetta? Probably not. Or if you're black, are you going to be pulled over more than if you're white? Yes, yes, yes.
Please subscribe.
A murder case in St. Paul, Minnesota. Bruce Rivers' client was alleged to have handed his cousin a gun and instructed him to go air the place out.
I really got to like the guy. He had the biggest forearms of anybody I've ever seen. And, when you are sitting there waiting for a verdict, and all of a sudden they get a call from the clerk, you get in the courtroom, we have a verdict. Your heart just pound like this. It just, I don't care if it's a speeding ticket or what, you're just, it's the same automatic response that you have. And I really liked the guy, and he was looking at 25 years plus. And his cousin pled guilty, and he got 25 years, and testified against him. So we were, ready for whatever. And he leans over and he says to me, because the prosecutor was a fucking prick. He would, you like prison food, whatever, he would needle throughout the trial, and he really got under the skin of my client. And he leans over and says to me, if it's guilty, I'm jumping over this table and I'm whooping that prosecutor's ass. Now, I'm an officer of the court, right? What am I supposed to do with that information? Deputy, no. Well, I didn't say anything because I figured, he'll get 1 or 2 licks in, and the prosecutor was such a dick. But lucky for that prosecutor, that was an acquittal. So we sat there. And when you get that not guilty, oh my God. There's just no greater feeling on the planet than that. Especially on a case you've been working on for a long time.
Is that like a super high?
Oh, it's just, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. I tried a case last August. I do some civil stuff on occasion, right? I had a client whose body was burned, 40% of his body from a hose coupling that failed. And so we had that case for 6 years. Another firm, Eklund and Blando, Dan Craig, did the case with me. And I did the opening and the closing and a few witnesses, and they kind of worked it up. And I go to take the verdict, and they ruled for us. And then I'm like, you hear him reading the verdict, and they can see the whole thing, but that's just coming out word, and it's like a slow train coming your way, right? And all of a sudden, they ruled for us, and all of a sudden, past damages, $16 million. Future damages, $19 million. So it was a $35 million verdict. And with the interest, now it's over $50 million. So wow. Yeah, it was, and my leg was just fucking shaking under the table because
it's amazing. I mean, that's really revolutionizing someone's life. Your expertise and skill, you're exalting someone's life and just doing such things for them and their family. That's incredible. Not to mention your fee is probably substantial.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, look at this. This is fucking crazy. I had a fan just sent me this.
Nice. Here's the thing. ...
I guess I say that a lot.
Okay. Good. You sum it up. You want to boil it down. You want to sum it up.
But I when I was in college, I drove an ambulance. And the thing I liked about driving the ambulance is every day I was helping somebody, Nice. And then I got a job in sales for a few years, and I hated it. I was working for the man. I was, I was going out to lunch and golf, and whatever, making good money, but it was just empty. It was just empty. And then I went to law school, and now every day I'm doing as kind of like what I was, a little different than driving an ambulance, but still I'm helping people every day. And I'm telling you, I love it.
That is amazing. I had an epiphany a long time ago. I want to live through creativity and art, but then I thought that was the highest level. But then I had another epiphany that's like, if you can do that, but make the world a better place or help people. That's the true highest level, highest of high levels. And that's what I like about you, man, because I just feel like you're such a good person, and I love the things you say, and you tell these, especially young people, don't do this, do that, build, build, build. And I love your message, man. It's very positive, and we need more of this in this society, because I feel like nowadays it's like people, it's so self-centered, and people don't care about others and helping others. And it's like to give is to receive. That's what people who don't do it don't realize.
There's so much toxic masculinity, whether it's from Trump or Andrew Tate or anybody. There's just so much, bravado, and you can have bravado and be a decent guy at the same time. You know what I mean? You can like shooting guns and like being there for your family. You don't have to be misogynistic. You don't have to just be a jerk, to those around you. And that's our message on the channel, comes from Michael too. I mean, he's such a decent person, and we just try to entertain a little bit and just make people laugh, but also inform, so what are the legal concepts we're dealing with in this particular episode. So
yeah, it's awesome, man. It's in you, like, you do entertain a lot, and it comes through. I mean, obviously you're a good guy, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's where Michael gets it. He learned it at your knee. And
no, I was a jerk until he was born. He
Well, man, things change. Sometimes circumstances change, man. But whatever the case, it's good, and we're glad. One more question, just way different thing. The idea of probable cause. Is probable cause relative? Does it depend upon your race, the kind of car you're driving? What are your thoughts about that?
Probable cause, what does it say? Discretion is 9/10 of the law. In probable cause, as far as the cop is concerned, whatever he says it is. If you're driving a red Corvette, are you going to be dealt with the same way as if you're driving a Volkswagen Jetta? Probably not. Or if you're black, are you going to be pulled over more than if you're white? Yes. Probable cause, but people, you don't need probable cause to pull somebody over, though. You need probable cause to arrest somebody. And you need reasonable and articulable suspicion that a crime was committed and that you committed it in order to stop somebody on the road. So if the cop sees you weaving in the road, well, I was just looking for my cell phone. Okay. And he doesn't smell any alcohol. If you're weaving and he pulls you over, you're messing with your cell phone, that might be able to be a little distracted driving. But now if you smell like alcohol and your eyes are glassy, and your voice is, your speech is slurred, and you can't find your insurance, and you don't know what he's talking about, well, then he's got probable cause to start doing some tests and doing a further inquiry. I think that who gets pulled over initially is subjective, very subjective. And what happens after that, hopefully it's a little more objective, because nowadays everything's on body cams and squad cams. So that protects the cops as well. I have a case right now. It's a DUI.
Bruce Rivers' interview, part 2, coming soon. Links to the other parts of the interview will be in the description, comments, and on the end screen. Crime Stack. Don't forget to subscribe to the Crime Stack channels, like the videos, and share with your friends on social media. We here at Crime Stack appreciate you. Check out these videos now.